Alright, so if you're like me and you guys love great deals and just love riding around on a two-wheel electric vehicle, this video is one you want to watch. I'll see you in the video. Okay, I first want to start out giving a shout out to Mercury Ride for sending out one of these M1 electric scooters. I have just been having a blast with it. I got it about 2 weeks ago. It's the first time I've actually had an electric scooter, and I've always wanted one or thought about getting one because of the fact that there's a lot of times, at least once or twice a week, where I think I really wish I actually had something that was with me when I take my car around and I have to walk far places, or even where I live. There's a lot of times I need to move the car out of the garage, park it, a couple blocks or a half block down the street, and walk all the way back home just so that I have room in the garage so I can do my filming and those type of things that just come about. Just think, I really wish I had my bike with me, but it won't fit in the car, and it's not worth the effort throwing it in my truck just to go ahead, to do a quick one block walk around. That sometimes taking a scooter is just a lot faster and a lot easier, and it's been super fun. So here's the thing about this scooter and why I decided I wanted to go ahead and do the review for them. One is that this is a company that actually is selling e-bikes in the United States already. They have a reputation for getting good stuff out there for good prices. I mean, I wouldn't go ahead and take a review for something that I didn't think was a great deal. So this is by far a great deal. I spent the last 2 weeks looking really hard to find anything that's comparable to this pricing that's coming that is being sold for. The M1 is a 350 watt electric scooter. So a lot of bikes in this $300 class area usually run about 250 watts. Plus, they usually have batteries about the same size as this one, 7.8. And the ones that are advertising 10 amp hour batteries or larger, some of them are not really accurate on that. So when I'm looking over all of this details that are on this scooter is a great deal. Plus, with the supply chain issues that's going on right now and the way that shipping costs is going up, I'm going to think if you're looking for a scooter for maybe a relative or for yourself for before the Christmas season, you probably want to get on one of these right now. If you go on Amazon and you look around, you're going to find that this is actually a really good deal after I go through all the specs of this particular scooter. All right, so let's get into some of the details about this scooter. It's a 350 watt motor. I already mentioned that. It has a brushless motor that's in it. And again, most of the $300 range or around that $300 mark scooters all run with usually mostly 250 watts. This is very comparable for those of you who are familiar with scooters to the Xiaomi M365 scooter, which actually ran at 250 watts and was the #1 global selling electric scooter of all time. And if you try to look for one now, you can't find them. They've actually been discontinued, and they did get models that replaced them, but everybody else after that decided, it sold so well, why not make the same chassis, the same style of the scooter that's out there, and let's just make the improvements that people want. More power, battery life, everything else that makes it what it is. One of the other problems with the Xiaomi M365 was it had, not necessarily a problem, but it had air-filled tires, which is known to have more comfort in any ride of a scooter because the tires are so small. You want something that can actually absorb a lot of the shock in that. So the two different types of tires that were mainly out there back then were just the air-filled tires and the hard tires. What the M1 has is a kind of an in-between combination. It is what's called a honeycomb tire, which is a hard tire that has holes in it that actually absorb or help to take in some of the shock. So it's not as soft as a pneumatic air-filled tire, but it is not nearly as hard as just a solid tire. And it has good grip on it. It is still more so along the lines of the hard, where if it is a wet ground, you want to be a little careful with that. But nonetheless, it actually is a good compromise between the air-filled and the solid, because the #1 problem with the air-filled tires is when you get a flat tire, it's been a pain. If you look on YouTube of all the people who are trying to fix air-filled tires, it's really difficult. Take it apart, get the tire filled up. Now you can put slime and all those other things in it, but with these tires, you not only get a little bit more of the cushion than you would have off of a hard tire, but you never have to worry about a flat tire. So that's a good compromise that they put onto this. The next thing, let's go ahead and talk about the battery. So it does have a 36 volt, 7.8 amp hour lithium battery. Now, this is a 7.8, which is comparable in the market with everybody else that's at this price range. The thing is, it does still give a 15 to 20 mile range, depending on the rider, of course. And as most of you know, even with e-bikes, you have to realize that that is optimal conditions with the 15 to 20 mile that's range that's on there. You know, you depending on how large you are or how heavy you are and the type of hills that you're going to be going up and down, it's going to make a big difference. Wind factors and all of that, it does add to the shortening of the mileage because of just more resistance. So that's another thing that you have to just be aware. It does state 15 to 20 miles, which is pretty decent. If it happened to rain, this is an IP54 rated scooter, which means that it can handle rain without a problem. Just do not submerge it. It's not completely waterproof. It is water resistant. And that is something that if you ever get caught, just if you have a jacket on, you can actually still get home without a problem and not have to worry about that at all. Now, the braking system on this is actually really quite amazing. I was shocked at how sensitive the brakes are. It has a dual braking system. One, it has a disc brake in the back, which is actually really cool. Now, this is a front wheel drive scooter. So what it has is a motor in the front wheel that when you hit the brake, the front wheel motor also acts as a regen brake, which means it actually sends current back into the battery to kind of recharge it up. But at the same time, it actually makes the the scooter start to slow down because of that regeneration process in there. So it is a motor slowing down in the front, which is really quite powerful. I was kind of shocked at how much it grabs, as well as the disc in the back. There is no problem stopping this scooter in a hurry if you need to. So you don't have to worry about that at all either. The tire size is 8.5 inches. And again, I said it is a honeycomb size tire. These are typically what the experts will tell you is you don't want to go anything smaller than 8.5 inches. So this does hit that first level of safety that you want to have. They're large enough to go over, you know, the bumps that you need to on most average street riding. And as far as talking about safety, it does have a front headlight and a rear tail light. Now, the cool thing about the rear tail light, it is an integrated light where when you do hit the brake, it actually blinks and flashes. Now, if you do turn on the headlight, the rear light on the back also goes on at all times. That being said, I would like to also mention that if you are going to be riding at night, this headlight is quite bright, but I would recommend still getting a secondary light as a lot longer beam. Although it's bright on what comes on here, it's great for being seen. But if you know, with a scooter, you definitely want to see further out ahead to make sure that you're not going to hit any potholes or even small rocks that might be in your way, that you want to have more range on that. So I do recommend adding on like a Vont Breeze. I have a picture here showing the differences of when you add on that extra light, just to add a little more lighting to the path ahead of you. You are going 15 miles an hour. Now, that doesn't sound that fast, but when you're in the dark or on dark areas and you need to be visible or see further out, you're going to want to have that extra lighting that's on there. And I just want to give also a shout out to Vont for actually sending lights, you know, because I was telling them about we have scooters and they said, hey, you know, they'll go ahead and send me one that I can go ahead and demonstrate as a light, because this is my favorite light, honestly. The Vont Breeze is rechargeable. You don't have to worry. But the other thing that this Vont Breeze packet comes with is a rear flashing light that you can attach to either your helmet, your shirt. It has a clip, your back of your jacket, or if you have a backpack. But you definitely want something that's higher, more elevated on the rear of any scooter, that you can be seen by cars from the back, because that low one is quite low. I mean, it's only like maybe about 7 inches off the ground. So with something more visibility, if someone's coming up behind you, you can have this flashing light. So this kit comes together. I'll have a link to it in the description below, or you can go to ebikeproducts.com/Vont Breeze and it'll take you to the listing on Amazon for that. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a kickback on that, and it supports the channel so that I can do more reviews and those type of things. And I really appreciate when you guys use those links. This Mercury, by the way, there is a link for this scooter, the M1. If you go to ebikeproducts.com/M1 scooter, you will see the page for $319 come up from the Mercury Ride website. Now, when you get to the checkout, this link will actually bring down the price to $299. So it automatically adds in the coupon code of Mercury Ride M1. Now, if you happen to go there directly to the website, that's fine. Just use that code Mercury Ride M1 at checkout. This is the last page almost. Just when you actually enter your shipping information, you'll see the coupon code or the promo code entry box. Put that Mercury Ride M1, all one word caps. You'll get $20 off. So it brings down the price to $299. That includes free shipping. Also, you get there's no tax unless you live in California as well. So that's $299. That's the price you get out the door unless you're a California resident. You add on your regular state tax. But that's a great deal. Like I said, if you look on Amazon, you're going to find a lot of the 350 watt scooters a lot more expensive than that. So next thing, let's go ahead and talk about the charger. It does come with a 2 amp charger. So you're looking at about a 3 to 4 hours charge time on average. The good thing about this is if you're doing short rides back and forth, you don't have to charge it, but every couple of days. And, you have a mobile app that connects to this scooter, which is really cool. I'll be going over some of the features here that you see, that you can actually make adjustments to your settings, to get your mileage range on it, your odometer. The screen that is actually on the scooter itself is quite small, and it shows your miles per hour, which, to be honest, I have found that the speed rating that is coming off of that top part, even if it's set to miles per hour, is a little inaccurate. It'll hit that 20 miles an hour mark and it'll stop you there. It doesn't go, but the thing is, it's not going 20 miles an hour. I would say that if you really want to know what your speed is, get a phone mount, attach it, and use the app so that you can actually see what your real speed is, because it does max out. As you can see in the videos here, it's maxing out at about 15 to 16 miles an hour. I think I got 16 and a half on some areas on flat ground. The cool thing is, with 350 watts, even on some of the inclines that you're seeing on this video, that there is, look at the altitude. You'll notice that it's climbing, and I'm still doing 15 miles an hour. And I'm at one now, 165 to 170 pounds. And so that's pulling it pretty good. And even in some a lot steeper areas, it still maintained really good speed with the power that's coming out of that. The only thing is, it does have like a governor. It caps it at that 15 mile an hour mark. So okay, so these are shipping out of California. They do ship really quickly. From the time I got notification that the order has been placed to go ahead and send the sample out, it came within 2 days. And I do live in California, and this is coming also from Southern California, so it is already in the United States. They do have a limited quantity right now of about, I think, maybe about 2 dozen units that are still being sold. I don't know how long this coupon will be good for, so try it and make sure you go all the way to the point where you are putting in your shipping address to see what your price is, where your final calculation is, to see if it actually took. If it doesn't, try the Mercury Ride M1 coupon code, and you should be getting it at $2.99 until the coupon expires. They haven't given me an expiration date on it. They are going to be getting a replenishment coming in of more scooters. Like I said, during the Christmas season, there's a big shortage for good quality, affordable scooters. These are comparable, or if not better, than the top selling Xiaomi M365 scooters that have been out there. And I honestly think this is going to be one hot seller, and people are going to be, very disappointed if they won't be able to get one in time for Christmas, if that's going to be a gift that they're going to be looking to give out. There are some safety factors, just keep in mind. I did watch about a dozen safety videos on what makes people crash and other things to watch out for. So I really got myself prepared for riding it, because it was my first time. And after about 40 minutes of riding it, I was really comfortable with it. So again, this is the M1. Thank you very much again to Mercury Ride for sending this out there. If you guys have any questions or comments below, just go ahead and add it there. Thank you very much for watching all the way through here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you comment below about any other comments. If you guys are scooter riders or have been considering riding a scooter, or have any comments to let the other community know about, should you not, or should you get a scooter, I'd just love to know it. This is, like I said, a great deal, and I really think that it'll be a great opportunity to add to your collection of two-wheeled electric vehicles. Again, thanks again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.